getting run over by a car, or whatever, right? Well, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a couple of reasons. One, it's no different than just not being able to find somebody. And number two, if all those people really are dead, then where are they? And number three, if death can happen, then why hasn't it already happened to me? And number four, if being dead's so fun, why aren't you dead right now? But most importantly, the reason I don't believe in death is because there's no testimonials regarding it. Nobody's gone and died and come back and said, okay, this is what it's like when you're dead for 6 months. Number two, because one moment your body is animated by an energy. The next moment it's not. Physics stuff says conservation of energy means you can't destroy or create energy. So where the fuck does it go?
Thermodynamics.
And what is it anyway? What is that energy? What kind of energy is it? Is it hot water? Is it electricity? Is it horsepower? Is it oxen pulling? What kind of energy? And for those inconsiderate and not very nice people who think somehow that an individual human is just an emergent function of a bunch of determinist bullshit. Well, I've got 3 fingers to wag at you and kind of head shake. Because no, obviously not. If it were the case that it was just a single self-illusion, it was an emergent function, a bunch of determinist bullshit, then the future wouldn't mean anything. We could travel back in time. Time would have to go both directions. So therefore, no. It would have to go both directions because, of course, the only way we understand the future is having a distinct conceptual identity from the present or the past, is that the future has not happened yet. Determinism says everything's causally reducible, such that a future that hasn't happened yet is already known. But that's logically impossible. Ergo, suck my dick, you fucking determinists, or something like that. Who hates determinists? Who wants to join me in hating determinists? I hate determinists too, Eric. Well, you're a smart random individual who responded. If you didn't, I think you didn't hate the right people. Well, I love most hate. He hates most people. I love most hate. Together, we love to hate everybody. We're Anthony and Eric.
Indeed.
And then one day, 46-year-old Eric decided to turn gay and begin dating a high school student. Welcome to the new reality show, Anthony and Eric. And they show us walking down the sidewalk, swinging and holding hands. And
This is
pointing at shit, and you're like, ooh.
This is the part my dad was worried about when I came on here.
I know. Well,
yeah.
This is how I get all the sweet young ass like Anthony. I get it via my exploitative position here on Talking with Famous People. I
How do you think?
exploit
How do you
this
think
room to
Kimberly
come
will
out here
feel?
and ramble about nonsense for minutes at a time.
How do you think Kimberly will feel, though?
Well, I don't know. Where is she? I wish she were here right now. I feel fucking like not entirely normal.
Well, you are high.
On drugs, you mean?
Well, yeah. I mean,
That sounds dangerous.
depending on who you are, what problems you have, sure.
Anthony, did you know that more people every year die of marijuana smoking than die of car accidents, cancer, and old age combined?
Is that true?
It's true. 450 million people a year die of smoking marijuana. It's a lot. Worldwide, I mean, worldwide. Of course, we're counting every death by somebody who's either smoked marijuana, known somebody who smoked marijuana, or learned about marijuana and who's died as a marijuana related smoking death. That's why it's so dangerous. Just reading about it increases your risk of dying from it.
Whoa. So it's like your subconscious, after it reads marijuana, it kills you.
Well, you see, it works like this. We know people die, and
Okay.
we know marijuana is a problem.
hmm
So if we find all the people in the world who are somehow associated with this marijuana problem, find out how many of them die, attribute their death to this marijuana problem of theirs, because obviously what else would it be?
Yeah, of
And
course.
then we look back and we see what makes up that marijuana problem. It includes reading, it includes thinking, it includes being near marijuana or seeing it, hearing about it. It includes everything. So basically, just even like 4 or 5 of the letters of the word combined without the rest of the letters is enough to put you at serious risk of death.
For sure. No, we should make a public service announcement.
We are right
Okay.
now.
Yeah. And
What
then
do you think happened to my shirt? Why am I not wearing a shirt?
I see what you mean there. Yeah, I get it.
I can't now because the death cancers are so thick on my skin that shirts make me look a little bit saucy.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Thanks, marijuana. Thanks.
instead of Anthony and Eric, it should be marijuana kills? Question mark.
Look, I have been smoking this stuff for the last 32 years. Okay. I have gotten sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker every time I smoked it. And I got dumber, 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 dumber every single bong rip I smoked. I started out pretty smart. Now here I am, 46 years old. I have every disease, including mental retardation. profound mental retardation. So
I could tell this whole
you want
time,
to be
Eric.
stupid? You want to be lazy? You want to lose your shirt? You want to get every disease? Go ahead, smoke marijuana.
I can tell that you had that this whole time. I just didn't want to, let you know. I don't want to be obtrusive.
When the doctor diagnosed me, he just said, "Put out your hands." I put them out. He said, "Gas." He tossed me the big book of diseases. He said, "You got it all, buddy. You got it all." If you get for smoking the Mary Jane. And I said, "You're right. I deserve it. I knew better. Dare came to my school. The cops told us how bad it was. I should have learned."
You fell under the DSM-5 trap. Everyone has every disease and disorder.
Well, doctors assure me, or every medical professional I've ever talked to has said that this stuff will kill me sometime in the next 60 years. I've got like 60 years left, and I'm like, but there's so much left to do. My bucket list, I mean, I haven't even been to the new Circle K yet.
This reminds me of that phenomena that 100% of people who drink water are going to eventually die. Works the same way with marijuana. The doctors told you so.
Well, it's a gateway death. It leads to even worse deaths. It leads to triple death. It leads to gory death. It disrupts funerals and makes poor choices regarding flower arrangements. I feel completely insane right now. What am I doing?
You are standing with your hands behind your back after moving a flower.
Yes, I have to get something.
Sounds like y'all having an interesting, funny time here, Anthony.
Indeed, Ken. You can hop in anytime if you'd like.
I could,
And you should.
and I would.
So do it.
Yeah.
That noise didn't sound very pleasant.
Yeah.
Look what
See?
you do to me. Look
It
what
was my magic. Yes, I induced coughing.
Yeah, see, look at what you do to me, Ken.
Yep.
I hope you feel good.
I do. Thank you. Give me uno momento.
Bienvenidos. Oh, sí, sí. Es me, Jorge, from Puerto Rico. I want to say gracias to all the participants here on Puerto Rican Cultural Heritage Day. Investigations and Learning by the Learning Annex. If you're like me, and you hail from the land of Puerto Rico, then you know that Puerto Rico is exactly the same as making love to a beautiful woman on a sandy beach. A bad idea. Your way is like making love on a sandy beach in the night time when the tide is rolled out, though certain to return. Let's walk out farther, it's sandier there. Now take off your underwear, darling. We'll make love beneath the moonlight. Look, there's a starfish there, sitting here up in the air, staring at your increasingly sandy vagina. Oh no, it's the tide coming in, and neither of us can swim. Why did I insist on making love out here? It was super uncomfortable from the get-go. Poorly equipped for copulation.
Copulation.
I wish we'd stayed home where there was a bed and a bathtub too. Then I wouldn't be trying to wipe out of you all of that sand with my hand, and this clam with the tide rushing in. Some good dating advice. Don't make love on a beach at low tide, far from the beach, if you can't swim. Even if you can swim. Making love to a beautiful woman on a sandy beach. A bad idea.
What's all going on here today, boys? Iraq.
Hold on there, Ken.
Iraq.
Kenneth Bobeneth. Your way is like making love on a sandy beach in the night time when the Tide is rolled out, though certain to return. Let's walk out farther and send you there. Now take off your underwear, darling. We'll make love. We'll keep you alive. There's a starfish there, sexy here, up in the air. Very nice, more increasingly sandy vagina. Oh, no, it's the tide. Neither of us can swim. Why did I insist on making love out here? Uncomfortable from the get-go. Fully equipped for copulation.
Copulation.
I wish we'd stay home where there was a bed and a bathtub. And I wouldn't be trying to wipe out all of that sun with my hand and this plan. The tide rushing and good dating advice. Don't make love. No tide. Even if you can't. I like that song. It reminds me of the song 1984 by Van Halen. You sing, Ken. I'll play the guitar.
Yeah. That sounded vaguely like going to the loaf.
It does. Yeah, I was feeling that you could sing the actual, if you knew what it was, you could sing the actual thing. If you didn't, you could sing whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the entirety of Going to the Loaf. Sitting in the garage. Get a monkey sheep. Indiana Jones. Sitting in a coat. Got a wooden wall. Are you gonna have a difficulty hearing his mic, Mark, or is that just me?
What?
It's difficult for. Okay, it was difficult for me to hear him play. So. I don't really know what to say while Eric sits there and tries to play out some tune that won't work for a song. As he said, he's got a monkey sheep, no sheep to play the gong, but he does have a bomb that he ain't ripping while he's gripping the guitar and trying to come up with some different bars that he play out. That's all I got for the moment.
sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Mountain sunshine on those trees. Mountain sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Man, sunshine on those trees, yeah. Man, sunshine on the trees, far above the smoky city. Man, sunshine on the trees. Going to the loaf, America's most coast to coast. It's going to the loaf. Host with the natural most man-made toast and posts. Everywhere you look in the loaf, going to the loaf. America's host with the most, I said, riding to the loaf.
I contributed where I could.
You did a great job, Ken.
Thank you.
It would be kind of nice. This world I envision, wherever one's sentences fit in between the tensions. Unlimited words, or syllables at least, to make this wonderful story filled all up with yeast. Yeasty story, rise in a warm place. Bring your bready smell around, wafted in my face. Bready, yeasty bread, warm and alive. Are you filled with bugs? Is that why you rise? Rising bugs, make my bread fluffy and flowers. Rising bugs, won't make flour for your bread. Rising bugs, send it up, top of rugs, with the hugs that you brought with you, reminding everybody how preferable they are to drugs. Rising bugs, rising up, bring your special moisture here. Rising bugs, rising up, remind me how precious and dear your darling yeast smells so good, with breadiness just where it should be, deep inside the yeasty ways of crevices that you encounter every day. Thanks everybody. I just want to remind you, I have a GoFundMe page. Yeast is people. Please fund it. Thanks. Can't do the show usually now. Sorry.
Oh my God.
OMG.
It's funny how those letters instantly, like, it's kind of like seeing Morgan Freeman makes it hear his voice.
What?
Seeing OMG makes you hear, oh my God.
Exactly. I want my shit. back out of custody. Tap, 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 tap.
You
So-
could rap to this.
Is that a monkey blanket or a monkey shower curtain?
That's actually dead pressed monkeys.
On top of what sort of canvas?
Just lined paper.
Okay.
That bunch of 8.5 by 11 lined ruled paper, wide ruled papers taped together with dead monkeys that have been very slowly pressed and flattened.
It's the best way to preserve them.
Well, they looked happy when they went, so that's good.
If you've never had monkey preserved in this fashion, there's a reason they say it's the most peculiar of delicacies. I think it's a blanket. It's to actually answer your question. Kimberly, this is totally Kimberly's idea. She said, "I want to make you a monkey backdrop," which meant she wanted me to make me a monkey backdrop. But it was totally her idea. She brought the blanket and said, "Put it there." So I like it. It looks cool. I want to make sure I want the camera to be so that we have that in it, but I don't have it set up like that.
It gives it flavor for sure. I think rejoin though, because your sound's kind of cutting in and out slightly. Yeah. I think I'm getting that thing Ken had earlier, maybe. I don't know.
I'm super tweaking out. I feel like I have a shitload of patty in me, but I'm feeling the full impact of it because I've been off it for a couple of weeks now.
Why were you off it for a couple of weeks?
Well, I was like, one day I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be off it for a couple of weeks now. And then the next day, I'd been off it for a couple of weeks. It was remarkable. The other thing is, it just happens for reasons unknown sometimes. And also, it could be a lie. You never know. Or maybe I don't even do Adderall at all. I don't know. Hard to say. It's hard to say what this guy really means when he says
Some sort of intention behind it.
whatever he is saying. Hard to say if any of it's true anyway. Eric does an excellent and interesting job of redefining the middle ground between a frog and a toad. I mean, it's a redefine, or exhibits or existing within the confines of a space of make-believe that's sort of reality, like reality TV on the TV. I got lots of disclaimers in my life these days. Life full of disclaimers. I disclaim things. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair. There are times when it's hard to feel good. That's when you're poor. That satchel is so messy, and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. 'Cause every life lived reaches an end when the road disappears. There are times, dark times, anybody else around. Or will I travel all alone? That's when I'll look for that sack full of solvency and that satchel filled up with home. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods.
So when are we gonna do D&D? Speaking of satchels of helpful goods.
Okay, let's do it right now.
Sweet, let's do it.
Here you go. You are in the forest.
Okay.
You are a magic user. You're 4th level. You got like 6 spells you can use. 2 of them are cheese related. The rest of them are regular spells.
2 of them are what related?
Cheese related.
Okay.
The rest of them are regular spells. Now, you've got a sword that you can't use because it's an edged weapon. You've got a club that you can use. It's too big of an edged weapon. You could use a dagger, but you don't have one. You got a club, but there's a cleric who's with you who's trying to steal it from you. And it's not really a very good club, so you sort of pretend to let him steal it. Make him feel better. Anyway, he's got the club now. You've got a sword, but you've got no dagger. And you've been approached by a swarthy band of no-good-Nick-looking fellows. And they say, hey, you guys want to buy some cheap weapons? Cheap, top-quality cheap weapons. Best deal you're going to get all year. What do you say, Mark?
Well, they look no good, and they look swarthy, right? So I wouldn't trust their intentions. I think they're trying to scam us out of something. So I'll talk to the cleric about a plan.
Cleric's like, well, they're talking to you, dude. And then the swarthy guy, one of the swarthies, is like, are you guys whispering about us over there? I think I heard the word swarthy. I don't personally appreciate being called swarthy just because you don't like the way I look. You think I think I'm not worth buying weapons for? Look at this. Top quality.
Cast a cheese spell, fill their mouth with cheese.
You don't have that cheese.
Every crevice in their body is filled with cheese.
You are not that high a level yet. You don't have all crevice fill. That's a super high spell. What you currently have is make cheese age faster. Now, currently, nobody has any cheese that's being made on the premises, so it's a useless spell for you. You also have enjoy cheese more as a spell. You can cast it on your enemies, but all that will accomplish is they will enjoy cheese more.
What if the cheese melts?
There's no cheese.
Oh yeah.
All there are these swarthy fellows, and one of them is tapping his foot as though he's about to burst into Broadway song. But looking at you with a dangerous snort. Like that.
I'll ask him if he's smelling for cheese.
He says, no, I'm directing a dangerous snort at you. And you should have interpreted that as I meant it, which is, hey, buddy, I'm challenging your manhood. I don't think you're man enough to stand up to me because, and I'll use my fist.
I castrate myself. Self-castration.
Okay, this worthy man. This worthy men are like, okay, dude, okay, you win. You're too hardcore, and they all leave. Okay, so you saved yourself from this worthy man of men having castrated yourself. The cleric's like, dude, I don't know that spell to heal that yet.
Well, do we have any cheese on us?
The cleric's like, dude, you gotta stop obsessing over these cheese spells. You just castrated yourself. I can't heal you. Those things go bad in like a day, you know. We should eat them. So, do you want to eat your own testicles? That's your next option here.
Sure. So we'll make a campfire, and I'll roast them on the club that we had.
All right, so you guys each eat one of your testicles. Now, it turns out that the left one was magic. Unfortunately for you, the cleric got that one.
Well, is he still digesting it? Is it esophagus, or where is it located at this point? How long has it been?
Well, he's already grown the extra eye. It's on his shoulder. Looks out that way.
Is it on his cock? Is it like
it's one of those
cock?
It's one of the most seductive winking eyes in all of history. One wink from his shoulder eye, and your panties just fall right off. Panty dropper.
Okay. All right, so we're like into each other. We're lovers, huh?
No, he's not using the eye on you. I'm saying that's the magic power he's got. But you gotta watch out because he could use it on you. I don't know if it will work on you or not because you're not currently wearing panties.
Also, he castrated himself.
All right, so we're gonna.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
We're gonna follow the footprints to that camp that they went to because those guys probably ran off to a camp, right?
Right. So you do find a footprint nearby from the swarthy people. You find a set of footprints and you try to follow it, and then all of a sudden you find yourself standing in a meadowy thing that's got like swampy tall grass. So if you step, your foot sinks in, but it doesn't leave an impression for long. It goes away, and you can't follow their footprints anymore. Except you see one of them standing on an island in the middle of this thing, and he's got a bow and arrow, and he's pointing it at you, and he says, I'm going to shoot you with this arrow now. And then he does. roll a dice. Any number except 3, 6, 4, and 7. Then you die.
All right, hold on. Let me get the dice.
It's 10-sided dice. You have two roll. You get 3, 4, 6, 7, 3, 4, 6, 7, and you say he means he just hit you in the eyebrow.
The 10.
Right through here. Right through this little flap. Just really lucky, mess. Really lucky.
This one's a 10. No, that one's not. That was a 12. All right.
So,
All right, I got a
40.
I don't know if you can see that.
you got 40. Okay, well, that means is that the arrow would have hit you in the balls, but since you castrated yourself, there's nothing there, and it just barely missed. So you're lucky, you survived. Okay, but he's He's gonna try to knock another arrow into his bow soon. What do you do?
What are my 2 normal spells? The non-cheat.
You have 4 normal spells. You got sleep. He's too far away to cast sleep on. You've got light. You can make it light if it's dark. You've got summon elemental, but you can only summon a summon a wind elemental, and he's not very strong. And you've got blink. You can blink away from the thing up to like 50 feet away. Most use it for escaping.
Well, so I'm gonna rip the stalk eye off the cleric, and then blink the stalk eye closer to this archer guy, and then
He's like, hey. Can you ask me? Could you just ask me if I could use my eye? I thought we were friends.
all right, we'll just
I
use
ate one of your testicles, for
the
God's
whole
sake.
cleric goes out
We're
there.
pretty close friends. I ate one of your testicles.
Put the whole cleric out there.
Hey, I'm not your tool, okay? I'm a man too. I get to decide what I want to do. I didn't say I wanted to take off my shirt. I just said I don't want you grabbing underneath my shirt without even asking. Gah.
All right, well, I asked the cleric.
Too late now. Now I don't want to do it anymore because you were rude. Sorry. Maybe next time.
Okay. So I have a wind elemental. I have light, so I'll just make it super bright so the archer can't see.
Well, while you were trying to think of all this, he shot another arrow at you. This one, you're lucky. He forgot to put the pointy part on the top of it. So it didn't go very far. But if it hits you, if you go 1, if you roll 1, then it will cause you to have a broken foot.
Well, how many sided die?
A 20-sided dice.
Okay, I got a 9.
Well, you're safe then. It missed you. Lucky you. Okay, so you gotta cast it all bright. So okay, now it's bright, and he says, "Aha! Now I can see you better." And begins to knock another arrow.
Okay, go behind a tree.
There aren't any trees. You're in this marshy.
Oh, I thought we were on the edge of a marshy area, and then he's in the island in the middle, and we're on like the forest edge.
Okay, well, yeah, you're at the edge, but it's still not very tree laden. Okay, there's a short tree, but he can still kind of see at the top of your head.
All right, go behind the cleric.
It's like, hey, why do you keep treating me like this, buddy? I am, first of all, I'm not a human shield. Second of all, I don't even want to go fuck with these guys. Why don't we go back over that direction?
Wait, he wants to go what direction?
While you guys are talking about it, the guy shoots an arrow, but this time you are successfully behind the cleric. Roll a dice. If you get 20-sided, if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, then the cleric will suffer an injury of some manner of significance.
I got 20.
Well, he's safe. You're lucky. You guys are both lucky. He's like, that arrow, it could have killed me. Now, can we please go over there? Why are we still standing within range of this fucker? And the cleric goes over there.
He goes to the island in the middle.
So he goes away from the island. And then the guy who's shooting arrows, he screams, "Pussies!" And he knocks another arrow and he's going to try to shoot you with it again.
So what does a cleric have on him?
I got weed, I got coke, dude. Not a good time to get pulled over. Come on.
Well, I want to get that guy's bow.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I got a spell I could use. It's called Bless. Would you like me to use it on you?
No, thank you.
How about this? I got another spell. Repel Undead. Should I use it on him?
Well, he's not undead, I don't think.
But he's not dead.
Well, let's get a jacket. We take off his jacket, use the wind spell, and have the jacket go in his face. Cover his eyeballs up. Then we're going to rush him.
I don't have a wind spell.
I have a wind
I
spell.
do have more loamy. I can make it more loamy in terms of the soil consistency, if you'd like.
What's
I
the
don't know if that would do us any good. I know. I can try to go hit him with my mace. I got a mace. Want me to go try to hit him? I'll probably sink into the swamp, though.
Let's throw the club.
Okay, I'll throw it. The cleric takes a mighty... He lines up his arrow, and he says, God, direct my mighty club. And he hurls it at on the island that's just like 100 yards away. It's like a Hail Mary.
Wait, what deity does he represent?
Oh. Well, he's Aelorian.
Okay.
And lo and behold, the club strikes the guy on the head, kills him dead. You don't see any other swarthy band around there. There's the bow. It looks like he's got about 4 arrows left in his arrow purse, his quiver.
Well, I don't want to go yet. I want to make some sort of marsh shoe.
I was about to tell you something. The light from the spell just ran out, so it's getting pretty dark now. It's twilight, and also you don't know how you're gonna get across the marsh.
Well, I want to make big snowshoes, like marsh shoes, and a torch.
Okay, well, there are some vines that you could use, but you don't see any appropriately flexible but strong sticks that you could bend into snowshoe shape.
So I need cordage, is what you're saying?
You have the cordage.
Okay, so I need branches.
You need branches. They're the kind of trees that are there. Branches are too brittle. You try it once and it breaks.
What kind of wood is the club made out of? Could I make strips out of the club?
The club's on the island.
Oh, that's right. We threw it, huh?
Yeah.
There's no branches, but we have trees all around? How does that
There are
happen?
branches, but it's too brittle. It won't support your weight.
Okay.
You could try to do it
Sword.
You could try to do it out of just nothing but these vines, but it would take a while to weave it all together. And the cleric says he's getting hangry.
Why is he angry?
He's hangry.
Hangry. Okay, so let's make a couple of squirrel traps or something.
Says, look, not host Mark. I don't want to sit there and fucking trap squirrels. I want to go into the village. I want to find the inn. I want to get a tall glass of mead. I want to find some prostitutes. I've got a busy night planned, and I have. How many orcs did we have? We haven't even found one orc today.
Well, I'll just remind him that he is fond of testicle taste, right?
Look, I admit, this is going to be a memory we're going to laugh about for years. The day that I aged a testicle and grew a magical eye. It's been a fun day. It's an exciting experience for me.
Well, that bowman over there looks like he has mighty big testicles. And I'm sure they're very tasty.
Mark, let me try to explain this to you. I do not make a habit of eating people's testicles. I ate yours because, remember, you castrated yourself. It was a sacrificial act. I was like, well, I might as well make it useful for something. I got lucky. I got the magic one. You should have looked at him more closely.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do it. I want to deceive him, and I'm gonna lie that the deity of these no good bandit people and this bowman is requires that the dead be castrated, and if they don't get castrated, he's gonna get really angry and kill everybody, and he's gonna curse us or something.
So, hold on. Are you saying that just coincidentally, right now, after you failed to convince me to go over there, that you just remembered all of a sudden about this deity who was going to get really angry if I don't do this unrelated thing to the deity that you want me to do? You expect me to fall for that, huh?
I was focused
You
on
think I'm gullible? Hey, do you think I'm gullible, buddy? I am a professional cleric. I've been on a lot of these missions. I've repelled a lot of undead. I've lit a lot of dungeons. I've cast a lot of wind. I've saved a lot of souls, including my own a few times.
I want to ask the cleric if he's tired.
I'm getting there. I'm tired of your sass. That's for
How
sure.
about we take a nap, and then we'll.
Okay, I'm gonna take a nap. You make some food. When I wake up, I want there to be food. I want there to be prostitutes. I want there to be dead orcs all around. Okay, I'm sleepy. I'm going to take a nap right now.
Okay.
And he goes and lies down and takes a nap.
All right. Get the vines, and while he's sleeping, I'm going to strangle him.
Okay, you start to strangle him, and he wakes up and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you're like, and he's like, "Are you trying to strangle me?" Turns out he's got a priest's collar with +5 prevent strangle.
We have to play this game. It'd be so good. You're so good at this. This is sweet. We have to play this game.
Mark, I agree with you that I am probably a extremely good dungeon master.
Yeah.
And
for ENTP. It's ENTP Playland.
Yep. It is pretty fun. It is pretty fun making shit up. But, like, I was talking to Kimberly yesterday about comedy and how I want someday to try stand-up comedy. I have to decide on which jokes to tell, though. You can't just get there and make up shit new every time.
Well, Audra here does it. She does.
Who does it?
Audra.
She does stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Is it scary?
It is happily exciting. I don't know. I don't really find it scary, but I'm also very comfortable in front of a mic. I don't know. But it is exciting. It's just it gets the juices flowing.
Do you go in with planned written jokes and like polished routines, or do you go in with big ideas, or do you go in just with nothing?
So far I've gone in with more or less outlined routines. I have to drive 100 miles to do it, so I don't get to do it super often.
Okay.
But
how many guys walk into how many bars over the course of your routine?
None.
0 guys walk into 10 bars. Am I out of cigarettes?
I haven't done any guys walks into bars jokes, but I usually pick a theme or two and then kind of roll, and then I usually just spitball a bunch of stuff at home, and then I pare it down to a bunch of punchlines and kind of I tend to do kind of an arc because I've only been doing like 5-minute sets, and so I like to structure the whole thing so that you get callbacks and a nice, not circular, but logical, good narrative resolution to the whole thing.
I see.
Sometimes I just write it on the way to the show. One time, one of my favorite ones, I basically, because it's 2 hours drive to get there, so I just like zoned out in the car as I drove and wrote my 5-minute set. It was written, but it wasn't on paper that time. I think the most difficulty I have is figuring out what I'm still working on, kind of figuring out what persona or mood to kind of my persona of delivery is still in progress.
All right.
And that makes a huge difference.